Come on down, you're the next contestant on The Price is Right. What does that say? You're the next contestant. Maybe I'm the next consonant. Continent. What time would that be? Yeah, I'm just thinking to myself, where was that? Yeah, what time would that be on the clock? And then take a good look at this clock. What time would this be on the clock? This is a 5. Right? 5 points. So here's 1. Here's 2. So it's 5 by 72 to go around 360. So I'm at the second one. I'm at 2/3 of the clock. There's 1, 2, and then 3 more movements to go around the clock. You think we're in the E world? Is it 6 or is this 9? Is it 60? Whoop, is it 60 or is it 90? How does it turn around to be of what it is? The Fibonacci shows an opening, so it never closes. It never closes. It always looks like the C. It's incomplete. Once it's reached the other side, it shows expansion. And it just keeps opening up, expanding equally in the Fibonacci. 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, 21, 34, 34 and 21, 55, 55 and 34, 89 and 55, 144 and 89, 233 and 144, 377 and I don't remember, 233 is what, 610? Is that what it is? Right? We have that, right? So let me take a good look at this. Trying to understand this picture. Sometimes I can't just understand some of my pictures. This one over here. Just want to turn it around just for myself right now. So what I did here, here's a point, I moved to here. You move the clock 72. You move it to 144. You move it to 216. You move it to 288. You move it to 360. So when you look at the clock over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, how many minutes is that? That's 1440. 1440 divided by 5 equals 288 minutes. 288 minutes. That is the end of the cycling year. It is October 15th. But in the bisextile year, that is a word that is the leap year, right? It would be the October 14th. The 14th would happen once. The 15th would happen 3 times. So when we're working with the pentagram, and this is a pentagram, gram is 28 to an ounce, which is 7 by 4 equals to 28. The 7 plus 4 equals to 11. If you minus it and you add it, it equals to 39. And you minus it, it equals to 17. Doesn't matter what I say right now. With nobody here, it's okay. I just got to remember that nobody's here, and that's okay. I'm going to go on with the equation. What I do is I study the small pieces and parts of what might be irrelevant, maybe relevant. It depends. It depends if you can perceive my reality. I will tell you the tools, the objects that I use. I want to understand how the numbers work amongst themselves. What is one? Is it 100% of itself? But not according to the numerologists. It's not. It was once 19, and then it was 1 and 9 is 10. And then it was 1 plus 0 is 1. I went into the green zone. As when you look at games, not all games, some games, and some games don't even let you put 0 on the jersey. And 0 is sometimes used because the area space you stand, the point of departure, if you're playing Monopoly and you're on go and you move 12, you go to Electric Company. The thing is, Electric Company is the 13th area space. You have 2 cubes, that's 12. You achieve because the one area space you stand upon. 13, you are the Orpheus, you are the orphan child. In this game, in this whatever I do, whatever it is. So I look at the number 1. Is 1 1? Or is 1 and 9 10? 1 plus 0 is 1. But what's the smallest one I can get? The smallest one I can get is A, B, C, D. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 equals to 10. Let me talk to myself. Do you want to follow me through these hoops? Just to show you what I do with the numbers? Because we just want the numbers to talk to themselves. Because if the numbers are telling a story amongst themselves, what is that story? What are the dimensions of something that only matters when how much do you use? How much sugar would you like in your tea? 1 lump or 2? I didn't know the camels were coming to town. 1 between 2 equals to 3. 1 is 1 and always is 1. And the minimum and one of the values of 1 is 1 and 1/8 times 8 equals to 9 and all that is. But it also equals to what is 10. For this reason, that what is the window versus this piece here versus that plus sign over here. They're different. It's how the area space breaks up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do you think it's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? I got 6 sides of the dice. And when I reconnect, I got 7. So you don't think I got 7? But the face of the dice, what is the face? If it has an area space to an edge, anything that is squared off that has an edge is going to have a 2, 4, 6, 8 zone. Poorly said. If we take the 4x4 area, everything can be broken up with and without heart zones. I definitely have to show you what I'm talking about with this. Let me just stick to Rubik's Cube right now. If I took a 3x3x3, I have 27. Rubik's Cube has 12 edges, it has 8 corners, it has 6 centers, and then there's the heart. How should we write this out? Should I write out the 12 edges of 2 colors that if you broke apart or looked at Rubik's Cube, you would see 2 colors on every corner? There would be 4, 4, and 4 corners. Edges. My mistake. Or you would see 8 corners. And if you pick up the numbers and look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Rubik's Cube is a 3 by 3 by 3, 27. Now think of this. Let me flip this over here. Rubik's Cube has 12 to the edge. Each one has 2 color. Or you can call it 2 area space. But it's on a singular cube, right? It's one cube that holds the 2 colors. The thing is, there's 6 sides, there's 4 colors we haven't talked about. But by seeing those 2 colors, we know where all the other colors are. Just like if I wrote 3 and 4. If I said 3 and 4 are on the side, I would say we're going to turn this cube around, okay? If 3 or 4 are on this side, what's on this side? It's either going to be 5 and 2 or 1 and 6. If I have 5 and 3, I have 4 and 2. If I have 6 and 1, I have 5 and 2. If I have 1 and 3, I have 6 and 4. 10-4 communication. Each one of them adds up to 14. And the 14 becomes the ring part. AD. Now we have the BC. AD, right? The ring part. Just give me the 1 second. The BC, I'm just looking for something. Just give me a second. This comes over here. Your first 7 connect is right here. Okay, so here's a 2 by 2. Here's a 2 by 2. Here's a 1 by 1. So if we're talking about the master numbers, it's here. And what happens in the master numbers is the 1 by 1 is here. Now we have it's encompassed by a 33 and the 11. And over here, it gets encompassed. And this one over here becomes a 2244. What happens to this one here? It's going to play a role here and here. And we're going to have this area of 4 and this area of 4 over here. And then what's going to happen, it's going to be the same thing. I can't really see what's going on here, right? Because I can't see the lines properly. But after that, it's going to go and it's going to run these 4. And then we're going to take this again. And then it's going to do these 4. And then it's going to do it one more time. And then we're going to go back. This. Oh, yes. And then it's going to be these. No, it doesn't work in this house. That's this. So what this one is over here is this. That's the 3 by 3 tic-tac-toe board. This is where the Earth, this is where 135 comes in. This is where the Earth Saturn square comes in. This cube here. I'm going to go back and explain that a little bit more. schematic. Here's a face, here's a face, here's a face. What you see here is this unveiled. Here it's unveiled. We unveiled this face here. So when I said it's 1 and 6 equals to 7, you're going to say 8 and 3 equals 11. And when I say 2 and 5 equals to 7, you're going to say 7 and 4 equals to 11. And when we say 3 and 4 equals to 7, you're going to say 6 and 5 equals to 11. So when I show you 1 and 6, if I eliminate one area, there's 8 others. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Do not be fooled of what this is. Do not be fooled that this whole thing is a skeleton of a person, place, or thing and can be exchanged for other items to tell other stories about the area space occupied and unoccupied, because everybody knows this is Aries. I thought it was number 1. It's Mercury. I thought it was my first birthday. I thought one birthday was 12 months of the year. I heard 13 months pass that in one cycle of a year. Do you follow what I'm saying? But I know we have 12 inches in order to get a foot. We need 3 of them to get 36. It's not 13. 13 only comes in when we start to measure in the matrix. It becomes 13 point something times 3 for 39 for the metric yardstick. I didn't make the rules. Just give me a second, my arm. How's everybody doing? Just let me see what's going on here. Just let me read if there's any comments. Good evening, Zeus. Elamia. So what happens? You have 3 here. You have 3 here. You have 3 here. You have 3 here. When you connect the 1, 6, where we're playing for face value, not the whole face, just the point face value, 1 and 6 is 7. When I minus it, it becomes 5. When I minus it, it becomes 5. When I minus it, it becomes 3. When I minus it, it becomes 3. When I minus it, it becomes 1. When I minus it, it becomes 1. When we connect 1, 6 to the lower house, it is the same evaluation for the 9. The opposite way. We go from 9 over to 4, 6 over to 1. Mutable cardinal. Mutable cardinal. Fire, water, earth, fire. Doom, doom, doom. So we move over in this fashion. So over here we're going to go 9 and 4 equals to 13. We're going to go 9 minus 4 equals to 5. We're going to go down here. We are going to go, where am I? Hold on a second. All right. 8 plus 5 equals 13. Minus 5 equals 3. We go down here. 7 minus 6 plus 6 equals to 13. 7 minus 6 equals to 1. Now, where are the missing numbers here? If this was 7 and this is 11, then what are these going to be? If I put 3 and 4 here, I would put 3 plus 4 equals to 7, and 3 minus 4 equals to 1. And over here, I would put 2 and 5 equals to 7, and 2 minus 5 equals to 3. And over here, 1 plus 6 equals to 7, and 1 minus 6 equals to 5. You want to see something pretty cool? Check this out. Let's use a master number, right? So let's do this. That's not good. Let's do this. See, this is what I'm talking about, numbers talking about themselves. You know what I'm saying? Let's take Aquarius, right? We're going to go 1 times 1 equals to 1. We're going to go 1 plus 1 equals to 2, and 1 equals to 3. Now you see this, right? Look, same thing. The 6 is the reverse. 66, woman freedom. When woman freedom, you want to hear this? $18 and $6.24 and $10.34 and 4 for the D is 38. OM is 28. Man is 28. OM, mother and man. So what happens over here next? It's 66. So 6 times 6 equals to 36. And 6 plus 6 equals to 12. 12 and 36 equals to 48. 4 plus 8 equals to 12. 1 plus 2 equals to 3. They're equal. And they're also opposite sides. These are to hard ways, but they pay 30 to 1. There's a 30 to 1 payoff in this. Perhaps it's FGHI equals to what is 30? 6 times 7 equals to 42. Times 8 equals to 336, the end of the 12th moon. The 216 minutes passing in 3 hours and 36 minutes. December 2nd. What is 112? Right? Times 3 equals to 336, or what is 56 times 2? What is this? It's a 28-day cycle of the lunar moon. But in this game that I play, I gave a dimension to Earth, and I say that in Peter Pan, right, in Captain Hook, I walk the plank between the tetrahedron and the 7th gate of 3 and 4. 7 times 7 times 7 is 343. 3, 4, and 3 is 10. 4, 3, and 4 is 11. To split the house of the cube is 105. 3 by 3.5 is 105, which splits the cube at 105. 10 and 11. High 18, low 3. The 3 days the chicken don't lay the egg. So what we have is a 1 and 6. What's the 8 and 3? When I remove one of the numbers, there's going to be 8 left over. That's the 8. When I remove 6 areas, you're going to have 3 left over. That's a 3. 6 and 3, 9. 8 and 1, 9. There's 9 here. 10 is a double digit. 6 and 1 is 7. 8 and 3 is 11. Minus, that's 5 and 5. EKG. EKG. Silver cord. Silver cord. But in 7 is also Q. In 7 is also Q. Why? The hexahedron is the base same dynamics as the numeric value to the moon. This is a 120 angle. Okay? The 120 folds in on the 45 angle. Not the same thing. It's 3 by 120 degrees. Creates the pentagram. Right? When you put 2 tetrahedrons together, which is 4 sides, creates 8 sides, ends up at 5. Stop sign is the same numeric value. Also says silver matrix, 85. What is the 8? We'll speak about that too. Why is the 8 eternal? I'll show you that too. Did you know there are 4 of these in a day? 1,440 minutes. And you know we have 660 times that for 86,400 seconds, which is also noted to be I think it's a isocahedron or something. What's an isocahedron or something? What's the Platonic shape that's 86,400? And doesn't it match the numeric value to the sun, which is doubled up with the Earth vibration of 432? 1.5 times the difference, the left hemisphere from the right hemisphere. The left hemisphere is 147 equals to 12 times 2 for the 24 hours in a day. The right hemisphere of 3, 6, and 9 equals to 18 times 2 equals for the 36 or the 360 of the go-around. It's 1.5 times the difference between what is 4 times 1.5 and equals to what is 6 when you cross over in Saturn square 4, 5, and 6. This is love. The M letter. What is 1,000? What is XXX? 10 by 10 by 10 to equal to the 1,000. In this house, in duality, it's expressed as a double D, 500. Sometimes if they want to say a little bit more and throw the key on top of this, they'll say MC squared. So this is 121. Where in the world does this come from? M is 1,000, C is 100. Are we multiplying the 100 to create what is 10,000 and 1,000? Or are we going to take what is 1,100 and multiply it to create 121? I don't know, remember how many zeros we're going to put. Did you know that the M is in the D family and 2 Ds create what is M? The left hemisphere, or the left side, and the right side. Is it Tav, the 22nd letter? The L letter by Rabbi Fine is supposed to be the soul. Well, if it is, right, 1 through 12 equals to 78. This is a singularity. All these are singularities, all these numbers. If you add 1 and 12, it equals to 13. You have the orphan child. Whoop, 1 through 12. Sorry, that's not the way it should be done. But anyways, I'm getting messy. Pooey on me. 1 and 12, this is okay, equals to 13, and the average is 6.5. If you want to go to baseball, that's going to be just perfect. This is the 7th inning stretch when the 2 zodiac signs, Virgo and Balance, join together. Give me a minute. How's everybody doing? Give me a minute. I'm having an apple. I'm trying to go over history, Nothing to blame anybody. You know, I get carried away from the millions of years of documented history, of algorithms, of words spoken, universities, scientists going out all around the world. And no matter what result they have, that's their science. That's their science. My science is to study their science. But before I get to study the science that they had, it's this science. You see those numbers there? Somebody made those numbers. What are they? What are they telling us? So somebody will come out and say, oh, 7 is God and 70 AD and Jesus was 33 and 33 to Freemason. Okay. But is there a depth to 33? 1 between 2 equals to 3. In the house of windows, where there are no edges, where everything on the cube has the value of 3. You can see the 3 sides on the Mars cube. It's a 2 by 2 by 2 cube, 8. The Earth cube has a 2, 4, 6, 8 in it, if I get this right. Or does the Mars cube hold this frequency? Let me write it out. Give me a minute, I'm finishing the apple. So I study the alchemy of the alphabet. What is it? Sorry? The alchemy of the numbers, or the alchemy of dots and dashes. What is it actually dictating to what becomes a number, to what stretches out to become an image? How many dots and dashes and connections and angles will we create before the number appears? And we'll give it a name. 1, From any language, it doesn't matter. The vibration that fits, it'll all go down to the musical notes. But I don't know that. And if you do the musical notes, well, you're going to know that part of the science that fits along with this part of the science, the big equation. Understanding those numbers. And then going fishing. Where are they located? Who talks about them? You've heard of the year 2012? Well, on the Hebrew calendar, that is the year 5772, which this equation fits. Four times 444 is 1776. Now, in order to bring the king into the house, you need not the birth to join at the gateway. Why? Because in 1 and 2 creation, you run the gateway, the hexahedron, connecting the platform. There are 3 sticks this way, there are 3 sticks this way. You have 3 around this way that you plug up to. Central station. In the tetrahedron, I don't have it right here at my disposal, but that's okay. It takes 17 sticks to create. The first house is a 3-7. The second house is a 7-3. But the 3 are joined at the heart. It's a triangle. And this 3 comes in, it plugs in, and this 3 plugs in. And what sticks out of this are all the poles. The star sticks out of it once you plug it in. I'm going to ask me to show you tomorrow Um, I don't have it. Just trying to think where I was with this. Yeah, I went to the baseball in the seventh inning stretch. The thing about the seventh inning stretch is it's two mutable signs. There's 18 and 21 outs, 39. The lower house is what is 3 to the upper house of 9. No, the lower house is what is 1/3 10 to what is 2/3 A, B, C, D, 1, 2, 3, 4 equals to 10. 6, 7, 8, 9 equals to 30. 6 and 9, 15. 7 and 8, 15. It'll give you the power station at the Jubilee. 1 times 7, 1 plus 7, connecting that silver cord. I'll show you. You ask. I'll show you. ICOS. 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 You know the cause? The ICOS? The ICOS. Internal angles at 3600. There are 4 of them for 1440. There are 24 of them, it says here. So each one's going to get a 90-minute marking. That's absolutely perfect. You know that, eh? There's 24 of them. It's 120. It's 24 times 1.5 equals to 360. 3 by 8, 4 by 6, 2 by 12. Just trying to see the composition. Yes. Hold on a second. 4 times 4, 4 plus 4. That's how the house gets broken apart. And when you have 4 and 4, it's an expression, right? When you have 4 and 4, it's an expression. When you have 4 and 4, I wish I can take that dot off of it. When you have 4 and 4, it tells you also 3 and 3. So when you have 3 and 3, it also tells you 6 and 6. When it's 4 and 4, it tells you 5 and 5. Why? There's nothing here in the edge, 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 nothing in the heart. Broken apart. 5 and 5, 5 times 5, 5 plus 5 is 25 and 10. Electric company, call on Joey's Jet. Why? Each one of these letters in the word Joey's Jet is going to equate inside the 5th house. The 5th house goes everywhere. It is the average of all is 5. There are 9 numbers. When you add them all up, it equals to 45. If we go into the 10th number, it equals to 55 or 5.5, and now the house is divided. Why? Double digits. Creates 5.5. 2 times is 11. Your first 11 coming to the house is a 2 and 9, 11. You can't have a 1 and 9, 11. There is no 10. 10 is a double digit. So you can use the letter J for 10, and you can go AJ. But if you count A to J, you get 55 again. 1 through 10 equals to 55. In the deck of cards, it shows you that there are 5 images up and there are 5 images down. When you multiply 5 by 5, which is A, B, C, D, where you get AD, 1 and 4, and BC, 2 and 3 for 55. 5 times 5 is 25, the letter Y. What is 5 by 5? The letter Y. What is 5 plus 5? 10 equals to 35. 3.5 is the heart of this cube, where every single side equates to 7. That the invert to every single side equates to 11, and the master comes out of the closet. What is 1 and 6, 7 is 8 and 3, 11. The minus side is 5e. When you have 2 and 5, 7, the reverse is 7 and 4, 11. And you have 3c. The oceans of Aquarius, the dog comes in here. Over here, 3 and 4, we walk the plank through the silver gate, AG. 6 and 5, 11. Do not reduce the 11. ACE. ACE. Is it by any chance it works out that way? 1 and 6. 1 and 6, 7. 1 times 6, 6. 6 and 7, 13. 6 times 7, 42 and 13, A, B, C, D. Here comes the king. 13 and 7 is the Tzolk'in Aztec calendar. The split of the alphabet is 13.5. The 13th letter is an orange ball. In the game of pool, it is the letter M and E, perhaps matter and energy, but the 13 ball in pool is orange, made up of red and yellow. The red and yellow ball is the 1 is yellow, and the 9 is yellow. Sagittarius is yellow. So where do we get the 15 ball in pool? It ends on Gemini. Gemini plays a role with Libra. How so? In the lower house, we get to 7. So should I revert the lower house and go backwards, or just go right into Libra? We go AG into the lower house. 1 through 7 equals to 28. The upper house is 84, which is 3 28s. The 3 moons assembling. The letter M, 4, 5, and 6, Saturn square. 4 times 5 times 6 equals to 120. 1 between 2 equals to 3. 4, 5, and 6 is 15. The total is 135. The game of cribbage. When you have the game of pool, it's 7 balls, 1 ball, and 7 balls. AG, again, the silver cord. When you add up 1 through 15, it equals to 120. When you add up 1 through 5, it equals to 15. When you add up 2 through 6, it equals to 20. The game of darts is 20. The game of pool is 15. The pool game has an in-between heart zone. The game of darts does not. Yet we have the heart zone of the 50 and the heart zone of the 25. But if the game is a perfect 10-10 game, unlike Monopoly, you see, the game of pool is a 15. The 7-1-7 connect. The darts is a 5-5-5-5. It's a perfect. Or would we break it up into what is a 10-10? Or can we break it up into 4-4-4-4? A 4. Right? And if we did it that way, we'd end up with a heart zone inside of it. But right now, I'm just splitting it up into 2. The pool is 15. The darts are 20. Now, I spoke about what is 9 times 444. What is 4 times 444? Equals 1776. And 9 times 444. I need to get 4,000 out of this. Hold on a second. So I'm going to calculate this here. 3996. And 1776 is 5772. So what this is 4 times 444 is 1776. 9 times 444 is 3996. The 39 angels, the 13 and the 24. How can I explain this? 24 by 4 is 96 in rotation of the breath. Everything that is in the 9 mutable is going to come from 147258. 3, 6, and 9 is a binary code split and put back together. If you notice, 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32 does not include 3, 6, and 9. 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64 does not include a 3, 6, or 9. But when you go to 3, 6, 9, okay, 12, 18, now you start to see a little bit of a difference inclusion. When you create this here, this is 2012. 13 times 444 is 2012. Cycles run up to 16. After that, it's an add-on. Here's Mars Cat's Gate. The Earth one. The ABCD gates. It's a three string with a 1 dot and a 1 dot separation. It's a 4 string, and well, I should have did it that way, really. Yes, really, not Willie. I said really, not Willie. You heard Willie? I had said really Willie, not really Willie. You know what I'm saying, Willie? I hope Willie's sleeping tonight. Hey, Willie, you gotta go to bed, man. You gotta relax. Even before I come see you, Willie, I know I'm sending you a long distance signal. You know, they used to have sending long distance signals back in the 70s. We're sending a long distance message. This is Casey Kasem, and we're sending a long distance message. In fact, with my voice, I don't have to do anything but hum, and I'm sending a long distance message. You know, nowadays you can't wink on the street without giving a long distance. I'm afraid to look at the camera. They might say I looked at you wrong. Here's the 424. Here's the 131. 1331. 11 times 11 times 11. I'm not really sure what the codex for this is, but it's the splitting gates. 2 times 4, 2 plus 4. The house planet. So the 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 times 6, 7 plus 6 will bring your 42 and 13 together. Your 1 by 1, area space heart. This is going to be a 3 by 3 by 3. A 1 by 1 by 1. This will be a 2 by 2 by 2. And what is going to be a 4 by 4 by 4. Abraham's house. Isaac is over here. Abraham and Isaac. You know what happens where Ishmael is? Ishmael brings the house together. Even though Ishmael's number is 7 and 6, how does Ishmael 7 and 6 bring the 3, 3, 4, 4 together? So to create the backwards, forwards in the dimension, the house is a dimension of Abraham. The double nickel house in the dimensions of Abraham. So you have the 3 and the 4. You have the 3 and the 4. 7 and 3 is 10, completion. 6 and 4 is 10, 7 and 6 comes together. The only way in this is what it is. It's the string. Here is the plateau of the 4th day. When you connect 3, the 4th one will create a completion to that tetrahedron. 1, 2, 3 equals to 6, plus 4 equals to 10. That's the completion of the tetrahedron. 3, 4, 3 is 10, the lower house of A, B, C, D, in which connects into the upper house F, G, H, I by virtue of AI. But when they connect through there, there's other ways to connect. They'll connect 9 and 5 when you connect 1 and 5. The fire to the fire, 1595. So when you create this connect, Okay, let's see if I wrote it down properly. I didn't check. I just wrote it down the way it is. But I'm going to just take 1 second before I move on. I'm going to see what's going on in the comments, and then I'm going to like just stand up for a little stretch, relax my voice a little bit. It's 12:17 in the morning. Do you know that this is 17 minutes into the 7:20 of 7:37? Could be a jet plane. I'm leaving on a jet plane, Jesus, energy, and time into the E-worlds. You know, the A split by the I, giving energy to the I from both houses. I have to go slow. So here's a different way of looking at Fibonacci. Instead of starting at 1, you go 2, 2, 4, 4, 2, 6, 6, 4, 10, 10, 6, 16, 16, 10, 26, 16, 42, 26, 68, 68, 42 is a mistake. Or what happened in the next one? 1, 1. Oh no, the next one. Okay, the next one is showing you 1, 1, 2, 3. 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, 21, 34, 55. It's showing you what happens with the 1, what happens here. So I use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It stops here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now we go to the last one, 7, because we have to bring the first to the last. Completion is here in the second house. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Completion is 13 in the next house. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 26. And then it becomes 13. It's half of what it is. And then here's the 3, 6, 9 house. 4, 5, 6, 7. These are the angels. Here's the phallus. Here's the 4th house. Earth. 52 and 32 with Leo. Moon cycles. 28, 28, 28. Cycling with Mars. I'm just trying to see 68, 23. Okay, doubling the chromosomes, right? 68 and 68 plus 1. Just trying to see. Okay, I'm just going to get rid of that. Oh no, get out of there, stinkter. Here's the other thing. When I spoke before about the year 2012, the year 2012 is 13 times 444. That's the year 2012. 2015 is actually looking like the same thing, and the reverse alphabet of 2012, actually, I'm not going to do it that way, but it is, the 12 is the reverse 15. The LO letter reverts each other, and when you do this, what happens, especially this, just give me a second, because this is really really crazy. The Fool, the monkey, the duality of the monkey. 11, this is the ring. When you have 7, you have 11. When you have two sevens, it means the cube is on its side. You're seeing two poles. Here are two cubes. This is 3, this is 4, Earth and Mars. 3, 4, 5, and 6. What is 3, 4, 5, and 6? 1 and 2 is 3, 2 and 2 is 4, 5 is 5, 1 and 5 is 6. 3, 6, 9, 4, 5, 9. 3 and 18, 1, 1 and 1 is 3, 6, 6, 6. It's because the opposite sides of the cube. Not only that, is when you look at the exterior of this cube, right? There's no center. There's no center. There's no center. There's a center here. So there are 3 centers on the cube. The 3 centers on the cube occupy the ace position. They're right here. When you see a center cube, look at them as 888 because they occupy the heart of all that surrounds it. They are a piece of all the action. This says ace, and everything surrounds it. 3 and 5 is electric company. 75 connects to it. Fire, fire, and air, air. The fire 91 is what's missing inside and connected with Scorpio over here. All the area spaces that surround it is 40. Scorpio is 8 area spaces accompanied. It's supposed to be the arachnean spider. Everything feeding off the heart. Scorpio 8 by 540. Now I'm trying to think the 2468 came into the house. So when you write the letter L, it's 12. You have the letter O, it's 15. The reverse alphabet of LO. The reverse alphabet of VE. You connect 3 to 6, 5 to 4. You connect 3 to 6, 5 to 4. Three by 21 is 63. 3 by 18 is 54. The chicken lays an egg 6 days and rests on 1. On Genesis and 1. And Genesis and 1, 18 and 3. When you add in minus to 7 of 18 and 3, it becomes the average of 105, which is 3.5, which is the heart of the cube, connected to electric company. Plus 7, minus 7, plus 7, minus 7. The center is 10 and 11, the high and the low of the cubes, of 3 cubes total. The total of 1 through 36 equals to 666. The heart is 111, joining Sophia. Just let me, hold on, I want to total out that number, 53, for just a finite word of not Sophia, but just Sophie with an E, no A. Add on 4 from it instead of, right, add on 4, take off 4, it'd be 49. I'm just trying to look, we'd have to go add on 40. Oh my God, that would be both of them. Wow, if you put them together, Sophie and Sophia, both of them together. Wow, the split houses of Sophia. Wow, that's crazy. Where does that come from? Hold on, let me calculate it. P-H... Okay. It's a bridge, not the same number. But guess what? I got to do this again. 34 and 24 is 58. 59. How many mistakes can I make in one time, eh? 59, 34. 34 and 24. 49. 49, 59. Okay. 59, 59. Yeah, I had the number wrong. How come? How come I had the number wrong? Where did that number come from? Quebec is 53. Why did I think something else? Okay, so we end up with this over here. It's just crazy because this here is 9 and 9. It's also 7 and 11, the reverse cube. Everything fits into this and into this perfect word. Also, at the same time, love also fits into that word. Why? As not love, sun. The word sun fits into the word. It's sun cube. The sun is also number 54. The sun is also what is noted to be A, C, and E. So I think I'm going to wrap it up and just show you back here how all the numbers, woman in freedom is 66. When you add up 1 all the way to 11, you get 66. When you add up 1 to 10, you get 55. 55 and 66 is a total of 121, 11, 11. The average is 105, the hand of God. It fits to the heart of the cube. 105, 5 and 1. What about Levi's 501, Levi's Stadium? Adding up 1 through 5 equals to 15, 717, the silver cord. And you can see all the numbers, how they intertwine with 7, 11, and 13 right into the Tzolk'in calendar. I'm a little too tired, I think, to continue on. Oh, yes, there was one last piece. So the Q17, right? A, B, C, D, 10. 4 numbers. The smallest you can go. Excuse me, wrong. I'm wrong. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 equals to 10. The average is 2. If you went 1, 2, 3, 4, that equals to 10. The average is 2.5, right? And there's other ways to do it. You can go 1 and 2. I'm just trying to see what it is. No, 0, 1, and 2, and 7 equals to 10. And you can go 0, and 1, and 3, and 6. Whoop, nope, that doesn't work out. Yes, that does work out. And that equals to 10. And then you can go 0, and 1, and 4, and 5, and that equals to 10. And then 0, and 2, and 3, and 5, and that equals to 10. And 0, and I think that's it. Ten, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. And now it's the duality of 10. Anyways, I'm a little bit too tired to continue. I'm rushing through it. Not for me. I'm going to take a break. I'm going to come back tomorrow. I think I'm going to start doing 100,000 5-minute videos and just share the booklet out there. How's everybody doing tonight? My night is done. I thank you for whoever is here now and forever to come. Please share. Learning the algorithms and the reality of the numbers themselves, the alphabet. May peace be with you on this night and every other night. For now you know the difference. Just know that you don't have to know it all now. Just take it extremely slow. And if you highly and truly believe, smile. Liberty is the resting of the waters and peace within. knowing that you understand it's a system and there is most probably something much more to see beyond what we have seen at this moment. Either I take a 15-minute break or I go to bed, but if you want, let's get up at 7 a.m. and do this again over a couple of bacon and eggs and see what the pigs think. Thank you for watching tonight. Help share. Let's save this apartment. One of my goals is to save this place. You know, I never know what they're going to do, right? They consider it a burden in one way or the other, right? Never missed a check. Ciao, ciao. Don't put it out there. Not a good